As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
You want to tell me what this is all about?
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's
Welcome
nothing
back,
left, 'cause I'm
PvE,
in
to
last
the
and last
Kingpins round, Season 33 playoff review show. As we take a look at the Season 33 playoffs, and as the Kingpins had a first round bye, we're going to jump right in to the second round as they take on the Kansas City Hepcats here in the second round of the playoffs. This is going to be an exciting matchup for me personally because as a current Chicago Kingpin and with my second player, Pax Torrent, Io Torrent, my first player, started out with the Kansas City Hepcats. I am personally from Kansas City, and I'm just really excited about this matchup. But I have to admit, at least on paper, it's a little lopsided. So let's kind of jump right into things. The Chicago Kingpins finished this season atop the entire minor leagues, finishing with 69-39 record to win the East, while the Kansas City Hepcats finished third place within their division with a record of 53-56, 12.5 games back. Chicago finished up this season third in the minor leagues with a batting average of .299, second in the minors on base with .366, second in the minors in slugging at .430, second in the minors in on base plus slugging at .796, second in the minors with 608 runs scored, and third in hits with 1,152. On the pitching side, Chicago's pitching staff was setting the standard with a first in the minor leagues ERA at 4.11, second in the minor league starters ERA at 4.49, a killer bullpen first in the minor leagues with an ERA at 3.56, which is good for first in the league, and only allowing 1,062 hits, good for third in the league. Kansas City, on the other side, finished sixth in the minor leagues with a .284 batting average, fourth in the minor leagues, an on-base percentage of .357, ninth in slugging at .372, and had 510 runs scored, good for eighth, and 1,084 hits, good for seventh. On the pitching side, their ERA was .473, good for sixth in the league. Starters ERA was .464, fifth in the league. Bullpen ERA struggled a little bit at .485, and they gave up 541 runs, good for fifth in the league, and 1,126 hits, seventh in the league. All right, let's take a quick look at the matchup. As we look at Game 1, we have Pax Torrent, 12-5 on the year with a .366 ERA in 27 games, taking on Pico Bear, 9-10 on the year, .480. This is the projected starters. It looks like the Chicago Kingpins take the majority of the matchups with Larry B. Burnside, who is 6 for 25 here in his last 25 at-bats, .240 with one home run, carrying the offense, leading the league with home runs with 22 on the year. Hamish Swinghammer batting third, currently looking at an average of .331 on the year, and Frank Funk Jr. there in that middle part of the lineup. Over for Kansas City, their league leader in home runs is number 4 hitter Lenny Longpipe with only 10 home runs, as they lack a little bit of power compared to Chicago, but they definitely have some strength at the top of the lineup with Zachary Lane, shortstop, who batted .292 on the year and 7 home runs to lead off that spot. Lenny Longpipe catching, and Degon Beckenham in the 5 spot, who is looks like .298 average on the year. But other than that, it looks like Chicago gets the edge. I personally have them winning this series in 4 games. I think it's going to be a clean sweep. I think Chicago is just too strong all around. If the bats are aligned, if the pitching across the board is solid with that bullpen, Chicago should take this in 4. But that could be getting a little bit too cocky. That's just looking at the numbers on the paper. I personally could definitely see Kansas City upsetting them at least once or twice in this series, as they swept the first matchup of their playoffs and seems to be a little bit of an underdog, and everybody likes an underdog. But that being said, Chicago should take this series as they move on to the championship. Well, that'll do it for your pal IO Torrent, who is doing a little bit of pre-game, pre-series preview. If we see Chicago in the finals, be on the lookout for the next episode, as I will most likely preview that series. Thanks for joining me for the Kingpins round season 33 playoff preview. Good luck, everybody. Go Kingpins.